Hello, welcome to Barbershop Books story time. Today we have a really cool story. It is called The Monster Who Lost His Mane. Does he look like he lost his mane? Well, we're gonna find out. Look at the cover. Do you see this green monster? Cool. There you go. It's a little bit brighter. Well, let's hop into the story and find out how in the world did this monster lose his mane? And if you look closely, do you see those animals? It looks like they're mean. Do you see? It looks almost like they're screaming at him. Do you see them? They have their tongue out. One of them even has hands out. I wonder why all those monsters are looking at him like that. Well, today's story is called The Monster Who Lost His Mane. Monsters are a spooky bunch, a scary, hairy group. They run in packs, leave giant tracks, and dine on eyeball soup? Ew! Eyeball soup? Would you eat eyeball soup? Oh my goodness. Monsters, they eat very strange things. And look, you can even see one of the monsters. He's eating the eyeball soup. Do you see it? That's really, really gross. Look, they're all eating this eyeball soup. Can you see these monsters? Some of them are laughing. Oh, there's one. Do you see him eating the eyeball soup? Weird. Let's keep going. Mean, observant, noisy, super strong, and tough to please, envious, remarkable. A monster's all these things. And they even have a picture to show you. See? A monster is mean. A monster is observant. That means they look out for stuff. They watch really, really closely. And look, monsters are noisy. Do you see that monster making noise? He even has a bullhorn that he's screaming into. Do you see him holding on to it? What else do monsters do? They're super duper strong. Do you see that little monster on the stairs? They're carrying an entire bathtub. Do you know how heavy a bathtub is? It is super duper heavy. So if a monster can just pick it up like that, they have to be super strong. Well, guess what? Monsters are also tough to please. So no matter what you do, it's like you can't make a monster happy. And it looks like he doesn't like his eyeball soup and he's tossing it out. Should you toss out your food just because you don't like it? Probably not. Let's see. Monsters are envious. That's a really interesting word. Envious? That just means that the monsters are looking at what other people have and they want their stuff. And what does this monster have? Do you see what he's playing with? He's playing with a toy car. And the other monster is envious. He's looking and he wants the car too. And let's look here. Lastly, monsters are remarkable, meaning that they're really amazing. And if you didn't notice, they just spelt in this book the word monster. Look, it starts here. M-O-N-S. Let's see, where is it? There it is. T-E-R. That spells monster. And that's exactly what monsters are. They're all of those different things. One day, a monster's M went missing, gone without a trace. And every M is custom made. the kind you cannot replace. So there was a monster and he had an M, but look, the M has disappeared. And so if you look, there's only a O, a N, a S, a T, a E, and an R. That doesn't spell monster. That spells onster. What's a onster? So now he's just the onster. And the teasing never ends. Not only has he lost his mean, he's lost his monster friends. That doesn't seem like a very nice thing for his friends to do, to make fun of him just because he lost his M. And look at his friends. They're all kind of looking at him. And look at the onster. How does he feel? I think that the onster feels sad because he lost his M and because his friends, they're laughing at him. Don't you think that would make him feel sad? And look, he even put up a little sign on the tree that says missing M. And he has more that he's going to put up because the monster is looking for its M. Boom, boom, crunch, crunch. The onster sits alone at lunch. Oh man, this is kind of making me a little sad to look at the onster. Just because he lost his M, all of his monster friends, they don't want to play with him. That's not nice. And what are they eating? Do you see what they're eating? If you look closely, some of them are eating eyeball soup. Eyeball soup. That's so gross. Would you eat eyeball soup? I would not eat eyeball soup. Even if you paid me okay, maybe I would taste the eyeball soup for $1 million. But I don't think I could eat eyeballs. That's too gross. All right, let's find out what happens to the monster. I'm nothing since I lost my mean. He sobs into his stew. Sob just means he was crying. He was like, I'm nothing since I lost my mean. That's how the monster was feeling because he was sobbing. He was crying because he felt so sad. I've got to find that M, or else it's bye-bye monster crew. Because his friends won't accept him because he doesn't have an M, the monster, or the onster, is going to set off to try and find his M. And do you see what it says on the sign? If you read it really close, it says, keep out, monster picnic area. The onster tears through all the sheets and peeks beneath his bed, explores around the playground, and picks apart the shed. So the onster is running around everywhere trying to find the letter M. But where is it? And look at all the stuff. So he tears through the sheets. He's looking under everything. Then he's looking under his bed. Do you think he's going to find it? He's looking under his bed. And then he even explores around the playground. Do you see? He's looking to see if he can find it. And then lastly, he looks into the shed. A shed is just like a little building behind your house that you can keep all of your stuff in. So normally if someone has a big house, well, they'll have a lot of stuff that they need to store. So they'll create a little shed in their backyard. What can you put in the shed? You can put, you can put a lawnmower in the shed. You can put a rake in the shed. You can also put power tools, like things that you use to screw things, or a hammer. Let's find out where else the onster looks. He empties every garbage can in all of Monster Wood. So I think the monster went to everyone's house and he emptied their trash looking for what? For the letter M. He even checks the engine under every monster's hood. So look at what he's doing. He's looking through everybody's trash, looking for his letter M, and he even looks under the hood of people's cars. And look, one of the monsters, look at his face. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you looking in my car? Can you see the monster's face right here? He looks really shocked. He cannot believe there's a monster under his hood, the hood of his car. Nothing, nada, not a trace. So the monster looked everywhere. He looked under everything and he can't find his letter M. What is the monster gonna do? He hangs his hairy head. And then without my M, this is what he says, without my M, I'm not myself. I'm someone else instead. You know what? The monster is feeling really down and really sad because he can't find his M and he doesn't feel like himself anymore. And look at this sign. He's walking away. Do you see what it says? It says, you are now leaving Monsterwood. Please don't come again. Oh, well, that's what it says. Oh, look, but there's someone in the bushes. Do you see them? There's like a little kid. He's peeking at the monster. Do you see him? He's right there. You got to look really hard. I wonder what that little kid is thinking. He can't be mean to human kids, so why not help with chores? So since the monster lost his M, his mean, he's helping kids, human kids, sweeping, heaping, light housekeeping, organizing drawers. The monster is being helpful. He's helping to iron clothes, do chores. He's sweeping up. Wow. He's even helping them put socks into their drawers. So the M in monster stands for mean, and the monster lost his mean, so he's only being nice to humans. Wow. For those of you who are just tuning in, today for Barbershop Book Storytime, we're reading The Monster Who Lost His Mean. He joins all the soccer games and rules at basketball. He doesn't seem to miss that missing M so much at all. And look, here's the monster playing soccer. Wow. And look at him playing basketball. Do you see it? He dunks the ball. I feel like the monster has kind of forgot that he lost his mean. Because it seems like he's having a lot of fun. I'm having tons of fun. He laughs. Returning from a swim. But then he hears some other monsters making fun of him. The monster feels so embarrassed. He sees their point of view. I really need to stop this stuff and do what monsters do. What do you think he means when he says, and do what monsters do? Most monsters are kind of scary. They're definitely hairy. Maybe that's what he means. That he needs to go back to being mean to humans again. And look at all the monsters. They're pointing and they're laughing. How do you think that makes the monster feel? I think it makes him feel really sad that all of his monster friends are laughing at him and pointing at him and making him feel bad about losing his M? Well, let's find out what the onster will do next. Maybe I'll pretend I'm mean. I bet it's not that hard. Perhaps I'll pull the flowers out of Mrs. Power's yard. He stares at all the roses in their stunning shade of red, but just can't bear to harm them, so he waters them instead. So the monster was imagining maybe he would rip up all these roses that someone had planted. But when he went to look at all the beautiful roses, he couldn't bring himself to harm them, to hurt the roses, so he just ended up watering them. And look how beautiful they look. Do you see all those red roses? And the monster is watering them. Is that mean? Nope. The onster thinks, I know, I'll throw some eggs at Mr. Lander's van. Yeah. And look, the monster looks mischievous, like he's going to get in trouble. And look at those eggs right there. He's imagining himself throwing eggs at Mr. Lander's truck. Is that a nice thing to do, to throw eggs at someone's truck? That sounds like a very mean thing. Do you think that the monster will do it? He's thinking about it, but this is what he actually does. But he winds up cooking brunch for the entire Lander clan. So instead of throwing eggs at the Lander's truck, the monster ends up cooking brunch for the entire family. Brunch is just, it's a word when you combine breakfast and lunch. So breakfast and lunch equals brunch. And look at the monster. He's cooking for everyone. And it looks like they're really enjoying their brunch. Do you see everybody? They're having a really great time. I'm way too nice without my M. My monster days are through. I just don't fit in Monsterwood. I'm not sure what to do. So the monster is feeling really sad because he doesn't fit in Monsterville. Look what the other monsters are doing. They're chasing humans. Do you see this monster chasing the humans? But since this monster lost his M, he's just an onster and he's not mean anymore. Let's see what it says on this door. It says he sadly heads on home, again with teardrops in his eyes. If you have teardrops in your eyes, that means you're really, really sad. So he swings his front door open and is greeted with, what do you think he's going to find when he swings the door to his house open? He's so sad. Do you even see his little monster tear? I'm going to point it out to you. It's right, do you see it? It's right here. There's a monster tear. Do you know how sad a monster has to be for them to shed a monster tear? They have to be really, really sad. When he opened his door, you're not going to believe what he saw. There were a ton of people and they said, surprise! It was a surprise party for the onster. Wow. Have I ever had a surprise party? I don't know. But the onster did, and look, all of his human friends are there to celebrate. Wow, and it says, surprise. It even has an exclamation point. That means that people were really screaming it and saying it with a lot of gusto. That means excitement. A party in his honor, the onster's eyes grew wide. So they started small and then they just went wide. Whoa. The onster's eyes, once they got wide, his name and picture, it covered every empty space inside. Wow. It looks like the onster is so excited. You're the coolest onster in all the world. That's what it says. Wow, how do you think that makes the onster feel that all of these people came together, all of his friends came together to celebrate him? And they said, you're the coolest onster in all the world. So even though he didn't have an M and he wasn't being mean, he still made friends. Boom, boom, pow, pow. The onster waves and takes a bow. Let's have 3 cheers. Hip, hip, hooray. And look, here's the onster taking a bow. And here's the onster getting lifted up by all of his friends. They're so excited. Wow. The onster has some really good friends. And guess what? We've made it to the end. The onster, he's happier in every way. And so look, he's okay with his new friends. And he's excited. And look, there they are playing. And some of them, of the humans, they even have on little monster hats so that they can play like monsters. Well, guess what, everyone? That is the end of today's story. For Barbershop Book Storytime, today we read The Monster Who Lost His Mane. Thank you all so much for watching today's Barbershop Book Storytime. My name is Alvin Irby. That's me. And I just want to thank you for watching. If you want to learn more information, visit our website, barbershopbooks.org. You can donate. You can also watch more cool videos like this here on Facebook. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye.